Yeah, I wanted to become a neurosurgeon. I was in the hospital at the time. I had knee surgery, and I loved what the doctors were doing. And at 10 years old, I had gone to a presentation by missionaries, and I wanted to become a missionary doctor.
Oh, wow.
So I started at 13. I started to study physiology and anatomy and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So the brain and the mind, that's why I was fascinated by it. I wanted to be, a neurosurgeon, but my parents couldn't afford the long study. So I turned to psychology.
Okay.
And I was diagnosed with skin cancer when was 15. I had surgery every 6 months. They would dig deeper and deeper. So I was a lot in contact with medical doctors. And then I studied nutrition and detox. The group I was studying psychology with in Paris also were teaching nutrition. So they told me, why don't you, see what you can do with nutrition? And that's what
Mm,
I did. And I think the detox especially helped me. And at 18, I stopped doing the surgeries. Obviously, I'm still here. I think it
yeah.
came a lot from, I had a lot of vaccinations and I still had the disease that the vaccination was supposed to prevent, and I grew up on antibiotics.
Oh,
So
wow.
detoxing all that stuff, I think, is what finally helped me. Then in my 30s, I had another debilitating illness. I was bedridden for months, and I
Wow.
realized nutrition and detox was not going to be helping me at the time. And you said you work with abused women. I was in an abuse situation, and obviously, just eating well was not going to help me. So I had to find different ways of coping. I had
Mm,
depression, PTSD, I got weight problem. I was in acute pain. I would scream sometimes for hours because of the pain. We were kind of a cult and we did not go to doctors at the time. So I had to find things by myself.
wow.
So I've got like 40 years of study, research, and personal and professional experience in the healing arts. I did not just go to a workshop and, put a name or alphabet soup behind my name. I've been working on it for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So the goals are holistic. Why did I do that? I work with 5 keys because I've had some of my clients tell me, but I started a fast or I'm taking supplements. Why am I still sick? And say
Oh.
it's not just a one thing. Or do you know about the tapping techniques?
The what techniques?
EFT tapping techniques, tapping on acupuncture points.
Oh, yeah, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so some people tell me I've been tapping and I'm not doing well, but at the same time they're eating junk food.
Oh,
So I
sure.
mean, we are holistic being. There is all kind of different ways to approach a situation. So that's what I came up with, and it's all holistic. One influences the other, and vice versa. So you have to take care of that body of yours. I call it vibrant health and perfect weight, and we're going to talk about that. And then you have an emotional part of yourself that you need to take care of. You have the mental part, the stress, and the conscious mind that has to be taken care of. Then the power of your mind, that's a subconscious mind. It's extremely powerful. And what I call love, life, and miracle is about what we're getting into with the quantum physics and quantum mechanics and putting all what we're learning about energy and getting practical application. This especially, do you know much about energy therapies?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we are moving towards in medicine and naturopathy. So fundamental concepts. You know about atoms. You've heard about atoms. And what do atoms do? They vibrate, right?
Hmm.
And these atoms don't like to be alone. So they get together and they form molecules. And the molecules get together and they form cells. You have like red blood cells and a nerve cell, you have muscle cells. And all these different cells, they eventually form organs. And these organs form people. You already know about that probably since you do energy psychology. Most people don't understand that. And I think it's a very important concept because everything from your bones to your muscle to disease to emotion, everything is energy.
Mm.
So we can take it from the other side. You have people, you, for example, you can choose an organ like the liver. And what's the liver made out of? It's made out of cells, liver cells in that. particular instance, which are made of molecules, which are made of atoms, and these atoms, again, they vibrate. Everything in the universe is frequencies. Oh, I didn't realize we had the whole thing. So we can go again in both directions. You can start with the atom forming a human being, or deconstructing the human being down to the atoms. And we know, for example, that a sick liver vibrates differently from a healthy liver. An angry person will have different vibration than a happy person. And by changing these vibrations, we can also help people heal. So we are all made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies. And we're learning more and more about the heart and the brain communication. The heart is much more powerful than the brain. Its energy field is like 10 times bigger than the energy field of the brain. Years ago, I think it was about in 2000, I used to teach the law of attraction.
Okay.
And and then I decided, no, it doesn't work. I was going through a divorce, through court, and nothing was working, that law of attraction. But then I learned another phase of it, which was its shadow. So I was teaching about the shadow of the law of attraction, and it was still not enough. And what I'm thinking now is the reason the law of attraction is working for very few people is because we've learned to do it with the mind, with our brain. We try to attract things that we believe in or want. And actually, we should attract things with our heart, with things we know. And that can only, you can only get that through meditation. It's not, oh, I want to be a millionaire by the end of next week. I'll just think about it and I'll be a millionaire, like I hear a lot of people doing, or the same with healing. Okay, by the end of next week, my cancer will be gone just because I decide so. Well, was it an energy from your heart, or is it just, wishful thinking? But what I believe is when you change your energy, the way you vibrate, you also change your destiny.